Hello and welcome to the Drivers Room. This is the Drivers Room Endurance Championship, or drec for short, and this is round 1 of Season 3 for the brand new Tier 3. So, without further ado, let's get down to the grid and find out who's took the first Tier 3 pole position. And just a side note, I don't know a lot of these new drivers, and if I get some of their names wrong, I do apologize, especially if I butcher them. Let's head down to the grid and see how they stack up. So taking pole in round 1 is Coolio. Coolio is running on the racing softs. He's a driver from our Sunday leagues, where he has shown some great pace and had some success. Let's see if he can convert that into the hour endurance racing. In second, we have Jaggernaut on racing super softs. A new driver to the driver's room. I've not seen him race before myself, but he's got a good quality today, closing out row 1. In third, we have Stephen on racing super softs. Again, another new driver to the driver's room, and myself, but a good position on the grid, starting off in third. Will he be able to pressure the front pair? In fourth, we have Bubo Lubo on racing super softs. Bubo Lubo's a new driver into the drec series, but he races in our Asian Super Saloon series, and he is also the new junior driver for Team Motion Blur, run by Gadget from Tier 1. Bubo has shown some great pace in the Asian Super Saloon series. From 4th today, he should be able to push on for a strong result. In 5th, we have Richie on Racing Soft. Sorry, he's a returning driver to the driver's room and to drec, but new to myself, but a bit before my time. He is on the racing softs, as I said, starting from 5th. Could be a good strategy choice if he can keep the first few laps clean to jump the super soft runners ahead. In 6th, we have CPT O'Reilly, or Captain O'Reilly. I think I'll just call him O'Reilly during the race on racing softs. Another junior driver, but has also had a good quality and is on the racing softs. So, like Richie, could be a good choice of strategy to jump the super soft drivers ahead. In 7th, we have Flapjack on racing softs. Like Coolio, Flapjack is new to drec, but not the driver's room. He shows bags of pace in our Sunday league. He was season 1 champion in the team event. So it should go well today. Keep an eye out for him starting from 7th. In 8th, that guy Revs, we'll just call him Revs, on Racing Softs. He's another new addition I'm unfamiliar with, but he's got his work cut out from starting from 8th. He's on Racing Softs, so maybe a bit of strategy can help him move up the table. In 9th, we have JC on Racing Softs. JC had a hit and miss season 2, missed a couple of races, dropping him down from Tier 2 into Tier 3. He is the highest qualifier out of the relegated guys. Should be looking for his drec experience to help him carve his way through the field. In 10th, I actually messaged this driver to find out what to call him because no way I could pronounce his name. So in 10th, we have Brood on Racing Softs. He's another new driver, and he'll be looking to get a good start to season 3, but it's going to be a bit tricky starting from 10th. Look for him to try and make some moves early on. In 11th, we have Jamie on Racing Supersofts. A bit of a season to forget for Jamie in season 2. He seemed to just be plagued by bad luck every time he set a wheel onto the tarmac. So hopefully he can shake that off for season 3. In 12th, we have Ricky on Racing Softs. Not a great season for Ricky. Normally was towards the back in season 2. Sees him relegated down to tier 3. However, in the short off season, he has been signed up as Team KSC Motorsports junior driver run by Canny in tier 2. So we should see Ricky improve as the season goes on, and we look forward to seeing how that pans out for him. In 13th, we have Jason on Racing Softs. He had a bit of an up and down season in season 2, questioned some of his own car choices, but starting from 13th, he's got a tall order to make it up the grid today. And last but not least, in 14th, we have Big Shadow, also on Racing Softs. Another new racer to drec. He has been trying to tame the older 2008 NSX. It looks to be struggling slightly, starting off at the back, but hopefully he can get that beast under control. So that's the grid for round 1. We'll head to the front and we'll see how it pans out. So we're ready to get round 1 for tier 3 underway as they wait for the lights to go green. See if everybody gets away. Okay. And they're away. Coolio gets a great start. Steven gets a great start up into second. Juggernaut just got a little bit too much wheel spin. He's dropped back to third. Boobaloobo's away in fourth. As we go 2 by 2 behind, fifth back. Flapjack and Richie side by side through the first S. Just getting a bit sideways there, Flapjack. Alrighty, has hopped between the two of them into 6th. Richie into 7th. JC with a great start up into 8th, Brood into 9th. Rev's just getting nudged round the corner by Jammy. Jammy just backs off to let Revs keep that position, and Ricky sees his opportunity and he takes a position from Jammy as well. You've got Jason in 13th and Big Shadow in 14th. Boobaloobo has had an issue somewhere. He's dropped down to 3rd. Stevens now taking the lead. Juggernaut in 2nd. Flapjack is up in the 4th. Riley in 5th. Sorry, it wasn't Boobaloobo who had the issue. My mistake. It was Coolio who has had the issue. He was in 1st. He's dropped down to 7th now. All change on this first lap. Bouncing over that sausage curb there. And Stephen now trying to build a gap from Juggernaut. Boobaloobo's keeping Juggernaut honest, staying in the slipstream behind. Flapjack trying to catch up and follow them. He's got O'Reilly in his slipstream in the other NSX. Richie in 6th. Going well. He's in front of Brood and Coolio. Revs in 9th. Jason in 10th. Ahead of Jammy in 11th. Big Shadow's now up to 12th. It looks like Ricky's had an issue. He's dropped to 13th. JC's also had an issue. Back in 14th. So we're all changing and we're only on lap 2. guys up and down the field as Juggernaut runs a bit wide. Boobaloobo's just dropped off the back. Flapjack's up into his slipstream as O'Reilly runs wide. Richie safely in sixth. As Brood is defending from Coolio. Revs in ninth in a little pocket by himself. We've got yellow flags. Somebody has had an issue. And Richie, what has happened to Richie? He seems to have been reset. Let's take a look and see what happened. We jump on board with Richie coming down here towards the final chicane. Everything's okay so far. Oh, he just clatters that inside sausage and it puts him into a slide and resets him. That is awful. He falls all the way to the back of the grid. He's got a huge task on his hand now, getting back up. Boatload of work to do now, but we're already coming up to 4 minutes in, so plenty of time for him to recover back up the field. Uses his strategy right. Great looking livery on his car there. So now we have Juggernaut in the lead. He's gone past Stephen while we were checking on Richie. Juggernaut's up in the lead now. He's pulled in quite a gap from Stephen, so Stephen might have had an issue. We still see Boobaloobo in third. They've pulled out a little gap now back to O'Reilly. He's still got Flapjack in close attendance. Bruges just behind. Coolio still maybe changing his strategy now. He just seems to be holding station behind these guys. Maybe sitting in the slipstream, trying to fuel save. The less fuel you have to put in, the less time you spend in the pits. As Bruges smashes that inside sausage there, launching his Lexus in the air. That's going to have lost him some time. And there goes Coolio. So Coolio up into sixth. Gap back to Revs. He's in a little bubble by himself. As we see Jammy taking Jason on the inside. Great move by Jammy. Both drivers giving each other enough room. Ricky's not too far behind us. He's got the inner line there. He's just letting Jason know he's there, showing him the front end of his car. See Richie recovering. He's up to 12th already. He's past Big Shadow and JC. JC struggling a bit there now. Hopefully he can work his way up the field as the race goes on. But there's quite a big gap now between the front group and this back group. See Juggernaut. That's very consistent in the first two proper running laps there. On 137.53 lap 2, 137.452 on lap 3, which is the fastest lap of the race so far as well. Until he does a 137.391. Great run so far by Juggernaut, just stretching it out. Stevens trying to stay with him in second. Looks like he's gone for the Japanese police style livery there. Needs a couple of flashing lights on it. Boobaloo having a great run in third. So he does have good pace. Let's just see if he can work the strategy well. Although Gadget, who runs his team, would be one of the masters of strategies. Got O'Reilly in 4th, he's broke away a little bit now. See, Coolio's up in the 5th, he's got past Flapjack. So Coolio's starting to press on a bit now. Love Flapjack's livery. Would like to see that in your mirror. Hits that inside curve very hard again. He is definitely taking liberties with it. Hopefully it doesn't bite him. See Jammy now up to 8. And he's stretching away from the guys behind. Great run so far by Jammy in his GTR. Juggernaut still running away with it at the front. Although he's not dropping Steven. Steven's holding with him. You see Boobaloobo into the pits. So is Coolio. So is Brood in the background. And that puts Boobaloobo at just behind O'Reilly. O'Reilly just had the pace, the overspeed, as he was already on the straight. I'm sure Boobaloo will be looking to get past O'Reilly as quick as possible to capitalise on his fresh tyres going after the front too. Doesn't want to be stuck behind O'Reilly for too long. So O'Reilly's front left is taking quite a bit of wear so far. It's nearly 50% worn. Maybe a little bit of contact there, but just under braking us to get close again. That's slowing Boobaloobo down now. He's just maybe a little bit too impatient there. As he's forcing his way past the Flapjack, but a bit of... There's some weird lag going on here as the cars seem connected. I think what it was, talking with Boobaloobo afterwards, he couldn't actually see Flapjack on the track. So that would have been the issue there. And Juggernaut pits from the lead. Steven stays out, so he now takes the lead. Crucially, this pit stop is, see, O'Reilly is now in, that'll release Boobaloobo. But the pit stop is not very long in here if you're just throwing tyres on. So crucially, he is still in touch with Steven for when he'll stop. Juggernaut will retake the lead. Need some... Boobaloobo just needs some consistent quick laps now to catch up with these guys. As we see Coolio and Flapjack. Flapjack just hung out to dry. Coolio goes through, Brood follows him. It's a big slide there from Coolio into the corner. Jamie now running 7th. He's been promoted by O'Reilly pitting. He'll still have to pit. See the car just struggling for grip through that left-hander at the top of the hill. Right-hander, sorry. That's O'Reilly through Underbriggen. I see Stephen is now into the pits. So it's Juggernaut back into the lead, but where will Stephen come out to Boobalooba? He took an age to start changing his tyres there, and he's taking on fuel. This could really hurt Stephen. As they see Boobalooba going through. So he's down into third. He's lost a bag full of time there with that mistake. As you see, Flapjack and Richie are now in the pits. I'm sure Stephen is not happy with himself after that. I know if it was myself, I wouldn't be. I just had to keep your head and work your way back on the back of Boobalooba and get after Juggernaut, who now has a humongous lead. Let's just check the live timings. 10-second lead now. 15 minutes in with a 10-second lead. If Juggernaut plays this right, he could have this in the bag already. It's all going to be down to his own mistakes. Sit nice and cleanly through the last chicane there. Doesn't clatter the curbs or hit the sausage curbs. And away down the road. We got Brew doing a massive slide. Nearly pitting again. That releases Coolio past him. Way too eager to be on the loud pedal there. Juggernaut's got nearly an 11-second lead now. Definitely auto. Pretty much sewn up for him if he can just stay clean. Great race so far. As he set another fastest lap. Just jumping on the loud pedal there, back end, squirming and kicking out. Oh, and he's dropped it. As I was just saying, the back end was kicking out as he went into the chicane. It really kicked out coming out, and he struggled to get the car going. He just didn't want to move, straighten it back up. So he's lost all that time. 11-second lead. Now Boobalooba is up into first. Stephen is up into second. And it's a nightmare for Juggernaut. Nobody seems to want to win this today. They're all throwing away the lead one by one. As Coolio jumps into the pit. And see what Boobalooba can do now. He has the lead if he can stretch it out and hold it. Nobody else has been able to hold it so far. Flapjack's now up into fourth after Coolio pitting. Brood's up into fifth. Riley up to sixth. Coolio back down in seventh after his pit stop. Jammy having a great run. Looks like he maybe has got rid of his bad luck juju. Good to see Jammy having a good run today. He's still got Richie for company. Richie's still trying to recover from that early incident in the reset. Really ruined his first half of the race. As you can see, they're all starting to spread out now in this second stint. Nobody really close to each other at the moment. As we see Big Shadow getting past Ricky. So that's Big Shadow up to 12th, Ricky in 13th. And Big Shadow run wide. Let's give Ricky that place back. So easy to do. now we've got Stephen in the lead. Boobaloobo's thrown it away. This front three are trying to see who wants to win it. They've all taken it in turns, so it must be Jaggernaut's turn next. So we've got Stephen now out in the lead. It's his turn to break away as he's got a 7-second gap back to Boobaloobo. Could be all about the pit strategies as Boobaloobo has pitted about 5 minutes ago. So he's on fresh tyres. Stephen is not. Stephen now holds the fastest lap at 1:37.1. If these three lads at the front can keep the cars on track, then I think it's going to be down to strategy. They seem to be throwing it away and giving each other an equal chance at the lead. Brood in fourth has broke away from Coolio a bit there. Flapjack has actually fallen behind Coolio as Jaggernaut jumps into the pits. Just tyres and back end, so he's looking for a short stint here. As Brood jumps in behind him. He's actually on the super softs. It just took a second to update there, so he's going for a quick stint here. Maybe try to put pressure back on the guys in front. Stephen is probably due in soon. Jammy still continuing his good run. 7 to 7th. He'll be looking to pit soon as well, but looks at that front left. Richie still having a decent run in 8th, recovering from dead last after the end of lap 1. Alrighty then in 9th now after not long pitting. Jason in the baby blue Lexus. He hasn't long pitted either in 10th. We see Stephen into the pits. Boobaloobo coming down the straight. He's coming towards the pit entry. Is he going to jump him? And Jaggernaut's coming. Jaggernaut's away down, but Boobaloobo back into the lead. Strategy paid out for him there, being on the faster tyres. Got him able to catch back up and jump him. As we see Coolio just in the pits, Jammy and Richie are in the pits. And the leaders are not too far behind this group. Coming up to lap them shortly as we've just crossed the halfway mark of the race. Boobaloobo's going to be trying to make hay while the sun shines while he's out in front, as tyres are starting to wear and the guys behind are on fresh rubber, so he needs to try and brake now. See Boobaloobo back in the pits. Just to set up tyres and back in. Up and Stephen up in the lead, Jaggernaut into 2nd, Boobaloobo just in 3rd. As we see, Brood and Coolio have got past Flapjack, and then Coolio is going for a move into turn 1. Yep, great move. Flapjack maybe struggling on his tyres now. Guys with fresher rubber just must have steamrolled past them on the last lap. And Richie is caught right up to the back of Jammy now. See if Jammy cracks under the pressure. We see Riley running extremely wide out of the last corner, kicking up dust everywhere. And he's got enough gap back to recover from that. Just needs to be careful in turn 1 with dust and dirt on his tyres. You see Big Shadow with a big drift. Oh, just keeps it out of the wall. Maybe caught out by the dust from O'Reilly's incident, but could just been jumping on the loud pedal a little bit too hard. You see Jason looking on the inside of Ricky, but Ricky says, no mate, not today. Slams the door in his face. So Jason's trying around the outside. Will he hold it? Yep, Jason sweeps around the outside and up into 11th. Nice move by Jason. JC in 13th. We've got Revs at the back still pushing on those hard tyres. See Flapjacks now into the pits and onto super soft tyres. He's coming out right in this battle between Richie and Jammy and just had to get out the way. Richie's had to take avoiding action. Not really anybody's fault, it's just the way the pit exit is there. They were converging on turn 1 at the same time. Some great racing so far in this race in the new Tier 3. There's still spaces available in the drec series and other series, DRSL, the Sunday League, DRFS, the Festival of Speed team event. There's also DRX, the Rallycross series run by Kamaru. There is Dras or Dr. Ass, the Asian Super Saloon series run by Plux. Will be starting in 2 weeks' time, I think it is, on Tuesday. So we also have the Drivers Room Mini Championships, which is a series of short races run by Murkoff. And then you got Alex's City Sprints, which is just a lobby, turn up and drive. Tracks and cars voted in the lobby, so there's plenty going on. Plus we've got a 2-hour endurance event of Mungs coming up soon again. There's always things going on in the Drivers Room. You'll find plenty of content, plenty of highlight videos on Kamaru 75, Muller_CJ, Rice Racing, Plux the Duck, and the Voice of the Drivers Room AGT Racer, all on YouTube. I think Berkey Baby is also joining the commentary team. I'm not sure what he's going to be covering just yet, but go to the YouTube pages, you'll find plenty of content of the racing with the guys, and you'll see plenty of things like this as we see JC getting a great run out of the last corner and getting Ricky into turn 1. So it's JC now up to 11th. See the leaders in the background coming up to lap these guys. And if you like what you see, and if you like what you see in the other content and want to get involved, jump on Discord. You'll find us there at Drivers Room, or go onto Twitter, and it's at Drivers Room on Twitter. And and we'll get you signed up and get you in the action. Rev's really struggling there. He's got the leaders right behind him. Leaders are actually past him. He's actually got looks like 4th place maybe behind him now. So we've got Stephen still in the lead. He's still holding on. Hasn't thrown it away to the other guys yet. As you see, Ricky and JC up ahead. He's got a 5-second lead now over Juggernaut. Hopefully the guys should just move out of his way with the blue flags as soon as they can. Although this is a very horrible place for Stephen to have caught him. There's nowhere ready for Ricky to go. He's not holding him up on purpose. There's just nowhere to go through that section. Ricky dives into the pits anyway. That ready, Stephen. As you see, Juggernaut is also now into the pits. He's very critical on fuel, so it's going to be a longer stop from him. See, Boobaloo is right in turn 1 now. Juggernaut is still taking on fuel. There's only 20 minutes to go. Hope he doesn't overfill it. Oh, he's filled the car. That's too much fuel. That's a mistake there from Juggernaut, possibly. See if he can manage it. See, Brood up behind him now. That's too much fuel there from Juggernaut. Hopefully it doesn't affect him, but he's going to be carrying that extra weight. Boobaloo now in 2nd, just in the back there. Stephen's still in 1st. He's there catching more traffic. JC gets out of the way well. Although he might catch Jason in the chicane. Doesn't want to keep catching these back markers at the chicane section, because there's nowhere for them to go. Did Jason go? Jason is into the pits. So we'll take a run through the grid as we're entering the final 20 minutes. We've got Stephen in 1st. He's got a 4.4 second lead over Boobaloo. Boobaloo in 2nd. Juggernaut in 3rd. Quite a bit back now after taking on a full tank of fuel at the last stop. Brood in 4th. Cudio in 5th. Flapjack in 6th. Jammy continuing his good run in 7th as somebody just went sliding. I think that was maybe Revs. No, it was Richie. Richie's had another incident. He's critical on fuel as well. He'll have to pit the end of this lap. O'Reilly in 9th. JC now up to 10th. Just picked his pace back up. Starting to carve his way back up the field. Jason in 11th. Ricky is in 12th. Big Shadow in 13th. So now there's a back marker between Brood and Flapjack. Jammy is kind of on his own. And Richie away back now after pitting. As we see Riley going into pits, G his front left. There's about 10% left, but 90% more. He's also taken on fuel, although he was quite full to begin with. That's Boobaloo pits. He's comfortably ahead of everybody, keeps his second place. Stephen is now critical on fuel, so he's going to be in this lap. These three were just throwing the race lead between each other. Stephen, Boobaloo and Jagannat, and a couple of mistakes have spread them out now. It's all going to be down to this last pit stop, I think, who went between Stephen and Boobaloo, and then Jagannat really shot himself in the foot, filling that car full of fuel. His tyres are not going to thank him for it, and his pace isn't either. As we see Stephen round in the last chicane, he's going to be diving into the pits. She's going to need tyres and fuel. Where's Boobaloo's coming around the chicane now as this yellow flag's being waved? Somebody has had an off. Stephen is just leaving the pit box now. He's coming out. And he is still in the lead. He retains the lead. No, he actually loses it. Boobaloo is through on the overspeed. Cameraman got a bit excited, didn't know who to look at. And we've got Boobaloo back in the lead. Strategy paying out well for him here with just under 15 minutes left to go. So hopefully he can hold on, and it will be his debut drec win and a Tier 3 debut win. All sorts of records being set here today. And Stephen, I'm sure, will be looking to stop him, although it looks like Boobaloo might have to pit again unless he's got the fuel spot on, because he has got considerably less fuel than Stephen. Well, they're going to have 10 minutes to go. Boobaloo should actually have enough fuel to last. Should give him a pace advantage over Stephen, carrying less fuel as they're catching back markers of Jason and JC by the looks of it. Hopefully they don't get involved in this battle. See Boobaloo out to the right to break the slipstream and take the defensive line. He's obviously feeling the pressure from Stephen. Great from the two of them there into the corner, giving each other respect and space. Stephen just poking his nose around the outside just to let Boobaloo know he's still there, he's still looking. Such good racing. Great driving by the two as I say that Stephen does a little bit of ascending, but the gap was open. He slows down to let Boobaloo back past. That is the exact kind of driving we want here in the driver's room. Stephen knew that was a little bit naughty and he backs out and lets Boobaloo back in the lead. Jagannat just falling away a bit now. His tyres are getting destroyed by the extra weight. His tyres are going to be horrendous by the end of this race. See Coolio in the background catching. He's maybe thinking he can steal a podium here. Brood's dropped off a bit there, and then from there we've got gaps back to Flapjack, who is catching Big Shadow to lap him. Jammy further down the road. Richie away back there. As you see, Juggernaut is jumping into the pits. Obviously feels those tyres are not going to last. Julio is also into the pits. So it's Brood back ahead of Julio. Julio's now into fourth. Brood's in now into fourth, sorry. Julio in fifth. Julio is on the racing super soft, so he will have the pace advantage now in the closing stages as we enter the final 10 minutes. Flapjack looks set to take sixth at the moment, unless he has an incident with Jammy in seventh. Richie's probably going to stay in eighth. JC now up to ninth. Really having a good late charge is JC. A bit of a lag spike there. He's safe from chasing in 10th at the moment. Ricky not too far behind Jason. Might try a last minute charge to steal 10th. Big Shadow going well in the old Nissan Honda even. As I'm staring at her. See Jammy D's GTR. Makes me say Nissan. He wasn't overly happy with the Honda, but his choices were already submitted and locked in. But it's a car that if you get it right, it'll reward you. It is a quick car, it's just a handful. Let's see, he's gonna have to go in the pits because he is low of fuel. Revs still out on his hards, just can't get it turned. It's not the tyres are worn. He's actually on the mediums now. Missed him pitted for mediums. Again, we don't. The mediums aren't really used for the same reason as we're seeing now. The car will slide about on them. We've actually lost O'Reilly. He's been disconnected or rage quit. He's out of the running. So Boobaloobo now in first with Stephen all over him. To jump on board with Stephen. We can get the right camera. Just carrying a little bit of extra speed and Boobaloobo through the corners. Catch on the slipstream, but he's going to be too far back. Boobaloobo stays defensive, covers the line well, closes the door on him. Great driving by both. Good defensive driving from Boobaloobo there. Making that the widest Lexus in the world right now. They would say in defending, if you place your car in the right places, it's nearly impossible for the car behind to get past. Juggernaut's way off the back of him now. He's no chance of catching him. Julio back up into fourth. After Brood had his pit stop, we got yellow flags in that section, but can't see anybody off the track. There is a car sideways. See if you can see who it is. Must be somebody back down the field. And it's JC. He's had an incident. JC was having a decent run there as well. He would have had to pit for fuel anyway, but he was up in ninth. So doesn't cost him now. Oh, back with the leaders as we come into the last 5 minutes, and Stephen is trying every which way to get past Bubolubo, but as he runs wide, that could be it. That could be the win in Bubolubo's hands now. Stephen just tried to go around the outside and lost grip on the worn tyres. It's actually dropping down to 4th. That's Coolio now up onto the podium. We've had some places thrown away today. But it's like anything, you just get that tyre onto the gravel, onto the grass, and away she will go, especially if you're on worn tyres. See, Coolio now trying to lap Jason. And Jason just notices he's there. He's gonna be in the way for Stephen, which will give Coolio a bit of a breather to break away. You see him flash his hazards there just to thank Jason for letting him through. And Stephen is now through. As he clatters that inside curve. He's going to be so mad with himself right now. So, Bubolubo now 5.5 second gap with 3 minutes to go. So, this lap and one more. Great drive from Bubolubo, sticking to his strategy, and it has paid off. No real battles now. If Richie could maybe catch up with Jamie, but don't think he's going to. Everybody is pretty much spaced out now and in their positions. Fortunately, Revs are just a couple of mistakes changing to the wrong tyres. See, now he's on the super soft, so there's 2 stops he maybe might not have to have made, or could have made them higher up the order on quicker tyres. But it's all a learning curve. He'll know for next time. As you see, Bubolubo streaking away now. He'll get this lap in, and then they'll also get the final lap, the leaders. Coolio's had a good drive today. He had a mistake on lap 1, dropped him back down the field, but he's fought back well. Had a consistent drive since then, a good strategy, capitalized on others' mistakes, and has found himself now on the last step of the podium. He's also got the fastest lap of a 1:36.0. Yeah, so Bubolubo is definitely going to get one more lap here. One more final victory lap. Car's squirming, trying to get the power down. So he comes across the line to start his final lap. Juggernaut also is one extra lap. Cudio pinning. Oh, Cudio's running out of fuel. Disaster for Cudio. He's going to lose his podium. Maybe he should have just left the tyres and put a dash of fuel in. He's dropped down to 5th. Another disaster for another driver. He's going to keep. He's in 4th. He's going to keep 4th as Brood didn't make it across the line. Disaster for Cudio down in 4th. He's not going to catch Stephen there. So there's another position thrown away. It's been a very entertaining race that way. So Brood has come home in 5th, Flapjack in 6th, Richie's come home in 7th ahead of Jammy D. He got ahead of him in the final stages. Jammy's maybe fuel saving, but look at that fuel. Ricky is going to come home in 9th if he can stay ahead of Jason. Big Shadow in 11th, JC in 12th, Revs in 13th. And we've got Boobaloobo coming down to last game for the final time. So his debut in drec in the brand new Tier 3, and Boobaloobo takes the win for Team Motion Blur. Juggernaut in 2nd after what probably thought was his mistake, filling up with too much fuel and losing the podium. Stephen coming home in 3rd after he thought he threw it away. Cudio coming home in 4th after he threw the podium away. It's an ongoing theme here. So that's it from round 1 for Tier 3. Come back next week and join us for round 2 from St. Croix.